Imagine if you're walking down the street, and suddenly, everything just glitches like a video game. What if you were then to look at the news only to see a broadcast of a city which didn't exist? If these things occurred, would you still think that you were living in the real world? Well, believe it or not, there are people who say they're experiencing these exact things. And in today's video, I will show you some evidence, which may make you question your own existence. It has been said that our entire reality is nothing but a simulation. Some even believe that our reality is controlled by an advanced artificial intelligence. If this were true, then it stands to reason that our reality would be flawless, perfect, and without error. But have you ever experienced a glitch in the matrix? Have you ever seen something that defies all rational explanation? Today, we will explore some creepy proof that the simulation is a glitch. These are actual occurrences which have been documented and investigated. I am going to show you some videos, which some believe are of people who have managed to hack the system and find their way through the code of the simulation. The truth is, after watching these videos, you will never look at the world around you in quite the same way again. So sit back and prepare for some very scary revelations. We will begin with a very interesting case of a missing landmark. In 2006, a man named Daryl Miklos was driving home from a trip when he decided to check out the new section of highway between Phoenix and Tucson. He drove his car onto the freeway and soon realized that the road looked incomplete. He continued driving and noticed that the road ended abruptly with no exit. Daryl had driven over 70 miles without seeing another car. Confused, he turned around and headed back the way he came, noticing that the same road now had several exits and off-ramps that weren't there before. As Daryl made his way back to Phoenix, he stopped at a gas station to try and understand what had happened. When he pulled up to the counter, he asked the attendant if anything had happened to the road. The attendant looked at him blankly and said, "What road?" Astonished, Daryl checked the date on his GPS and realized that he had traveled 5 years into the past. For a moment, the simulation seemed to freeze, leaving Daryl trapped in an alternate present. He knew that if he stayed in this timeline any longer, he might never be able to get back to his own. So he got back in his car and tried to navigate back to his original timeline. Eventually, he found himself back on the same road. But now it was 2006 once more. When he finally reached his home, he noticed that his front lawn was full of weeds, and his mailbox was overflowing with mail from the year 2001. Over the next few days, Daryl tried to piece together what had happened to him. He discovered that the road had actually been closed for construction during the time that he traveled backwards. No one knows exactly what happened to Daryl or how he managed to travel 5 years into the past. Next, let's take a look at this clip caught on surveillance footage. This shows a man standing on a sidewalk waiting for a bus. After a while, a duplicate of the man appears beside him. The two men talk to each other and walk away together. It is safe to say that this footage has left many scratching their heads wondering what in the world they were seeing. There have been many explanations given for this phenomenon, but none can be confirmed as fact. One possibility is that the man saw a ghost, but this isn't very likely since he seems to interact with the other man. It's also possible that this is simply a case of mistaken identity, but that doesn't explain why the man didn't notice the duplicate of himself until he was already standing right next to him. Perhaps the most plausible explanation is that the man witnessed a glitch in the simulation, a momentary lapse in the matrix that allowed him to see a parallel version of himself. Whatever the truth may be, this footage remains one of the most compelling examples of a simulation glitch ever caught on camera. Now, let's take a look at this photo. At first glance, it looks like a normal picture of a family enjoying their day at the beach. However, upon closer inspection, viewers notice something strange about the boy in the picture. His legs appear to be stuck in a loop, repeating themselves over and over again. This anomaly suggests that the simulation may be glitching, causing the fabric of reality to break down and revealing the underlying code that governs our world. Some believe that this boy's legs are stuck in a time loop, while others think that he is somehow trapped within the matrix. Whatever the truth may be, this image serves as a reminder that our reality is not always as it seems, and that there are forces beyond our understanding that control the very fabric of existence. Another person who appeared to discover a time loop was Brendan Leake. While working as a cameraman for the BBC, Brendan was filming a segment about a carnival that had come to town. As he set up his camera to capture the festivities, he noticed something strange. In the background of one of the shots, you could see a woman walking past the camera. However, she seemed to be moving in slow motion compared to everyone else. When Brendan rewound the footage to try and figure out what was going on, he realized that the woman had actually been walking in a continuous loop, repeating her steps over and over again. It was as though she was trapped in a pocket of time and unable to move forward. Some believe that this woman is stuck in a time loop and reliving the same moment over and over again. Others think that she may be a glitch in the matrix, a momentary lapse in the simulation that revealed the underlying code of reality. Whatever the truth may be, this footage is a fascinating example of a potential simulation glitch caught on camera. In another bizarre incident, a man named Andrew Basiago claimed to have accidentally time traveled 40 years into the future. According to Andrew, he was participating in a top-secret military experiment known as Project Rainbow when he was transported to the year 2045. When he arrived, he saw buildings and technology that were unlike anything he had ever seen before. He also witnessed firsthand the effects of climate change and the challenges that humanity would face in the coming decades. However, Andrew was soon discovered and quickly whisked away back to the present day. While some have dismissed his story as a hoax, others believe that Andrew may have stumbled upon a hidden truth about the nature of time and reality itself. This story serves as a reminder that there are still many mysteries of the universe that remain unexplained, and that our understanding of time and space is far from complete. Next, let's take a look at this disturbing video. The footage shows a group of people gathered around a table in what appears to be a basement. As they discuss their findings, one of the people in the room reveals a small device that looks like a miniature television. When they turn it on, it displays a strange message that reads, "You have been hacked." The people in the room are clearly shaken by this discovery and try to figure out who could be responsible. Some believe that this footage is evidence of a group of hackers who have managed to penetrate the simulation and gain access to the source code. By displaying the message, "You have been hacked," they are sending a clear signal that they are aware of the true nature of reality, and that they have the power to manipulate it at will. If this is true, it suggests that we are living in a world that is far more complex and interconnected than we realize, and that there are forces beyond our understanding that are constantly shaping the course of our lives. While the idea that we are living in a simulation may seem far-fetched, there are many experts who believe that it is a real possibility. One of the most prominent voices in this field is Neil deGrasse Tyson, an astrophysicist and director of the Hayden Planetarium in New York City. Tyson has often spoken about the possibility that we are living in a computer-generated reality, and that the universe, as we know it, is nothing more than a complex algorithm. Similarly, Elon Musk, the CEO of Tesla and SpaceX, has also expressed his belief that we may be living in a simulation. In fact, he even went so far as to say that it is more likely than not that we are living in a computer simulation created by a more advanced civilization. While these theories may sound outlandish, they are based on the fact that our current understanding of physics and technology is rapidly advancing and blurring the lines between what is possible and what is not. Who knows, maybe one day we will discover the truth and realize that we are truly living in a world that is far more complex and mysterious than we ever imagined. These cases may seem strange and unexplainable, but they remind us that there is still so much we don't know about the universe. If you enjoyed this video, then make sure to subscribe. With that being said, take a look at this next video.